Welcome everyone. I'd like to introduce Nadia and Divo. I'm Hugo, and we form part of your St. John's Counselling support team. We hope to give you a couple of resources to look at 6 different ways of trying to keep our children safe in a way that becomes useful for you moving forward in discussions you might have as family and with your children. I'm going to hand over to Divo.
Thanks, Hugo. So I think a good place to start is with children's rights and children knowing what their rights are. So children everywhere have rights, and in South Africa there's been a promise made to all children through our constitution for their rights to be fully appreciated. And so as Hugo said, some of the ways that we're going to be sharing today are to make sure that children can enjoy their rights to be safe, to feel free, to be protected from being hurt or harmed by anybody. And yeah, it's just very important for children to know that governments, adults, people who take care of children are all there and responsible to make sure that their rights are being protected, because children can't do it alone. Just handing back to you.
So a second thing we can look at in terms of keeping safe is the types of relationships, appropriate relationships that children may have. So what's okay and what's not okay. And in terms of that, we all like to feel valued, we all like to feel cared for and special. There comes a problem when we start to treat people differently as a result. So it's never okay for an adult in a position of authority to treat a child as different, to treat a child as favourite, and to make that child feel any different. The reason that becomes important is it ties into the next point around safety in spaces, and where it's appropriate for adults to be alone with children and where it's not. When you have a situation where an adult feels that they can create a favourite relationship, it often means they can treat that child different and take them into a space that is different, and that should never be allowed. We create spaces where our children must always be able to be seen by people around them. There is an appropriateness sometimes to being alone with an adult, but not alone where you cannot be seen, where there is not line of sight or proximity to others. And if we keep that in mind, we can help keep our children safe. And back over to you.
Yes, so another important bit is body boundaries. So a body boundary you can think of just as an invisible line around your body, a bubble around your body, or just simply the right to your own personal space and being able to decide what happens and what doesn't happen to your own body. And for children to know that they have a choice and a say in what happens, and that people need to ask them if they want to enter into their personal space or enter into their own body boundary sort of bubble, and that they need to respect, others need to respect whatever their response is. So whether that's a yes or a no, that's something that should always be respected by the other person that's entering into their space. And if somebody doesn't respect that space, I think Nadia will chat just a little bit more about how children can respond.
Yes, this brings us to 2 words that are really important and that feel the same, but they're also really different, and that's secrets and surprises. So a surprise is a wonderful thing. It's a birthday party that you're planning for someone that they know nothing about. Surprise, yay! And then there's the secret. So they feel the same because it's going, shh, don't tell anyone. But there's 2 very big differences. With a surprise, the secret is not forever, indefinitely. It's for a specific time, and then everyone's going to know about it. So it's a surprise birthday party, a little bit of not telling, and then we can have the surprise. But if it's a shh, don't tell anyone ever, that isn't comfortable. And the second thing that you can notice the difference is how you're going to feel. If you're feeling sad, if you're feeling scared, if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling alone and nervous, this is a warning. And our very last 6th point is exactly that. Listen to your body. Check in with yourself. How is my head feeling? Can I think clearly? Does it feel like the world's rushing around me? Am I feeling pressurized? Is my throat feeling closed and tight? Does it feel like I can't speak, I can't yell, I can't do anything? Does it feel like my tummy's tight? Maybe I'm not breathing properly. Can you feel your feet on the floor? Can you feel the weight on the ground? And if you can't, if these things are feeling completely unhappy and all over the place, then this is a warning sign that what's happening is not comfortable for you. And then you can remember the 3 words: say no, go, and tell. So you can say no to something. You have the right to say no if you are not comfortable with something. And your body's going to be a clue to that. Go means try and get away out of the situation if you can, as soon as you can. But then tell. You need to tell. And it's not tattling, it's telling. In other words, I'm making sure that I can stay safe. Thanks, Yuko.
Perfect. So, we'd like to thank you for watching and hope you find some of the tips, the resources useful. One of the really important things, just in closing off, is also understanding that we need to create and be aware of our own sort of safety network of a circle of people we can trust, people we feel comfortable, adults we feel comfortable talking to, people within our home, so moms, dads, aunts, uncles, people outside of our home, teachers at school, a coach you feel particularly you can trust, ourselves as a support team. We are here to provide that support, but that becomes important, because if you don't know who to talk to, all of this becomes really difficult to do. So I hope you take some of that, and I hope it creates a starting discussion point. Feel free to reach out to us at any stage, and hopefully we can walk this journey along together. Thank you.